a decent, good job that you can get, right? That requires little schooling, right? Little licensing is around 7 to 9K a month. And these spread across fields in security, nursing, right? 7 to 9K a month. These are the people who may be on the older spectrum, right? They got lucky, uh, or young, fresh out of grad, and everything just kind of went smoothly in these regards, right? Schooling, degrees, job, right? These also require a lot of time, about 12 hours a day. And for the person who has the job, they may think, man, I'm so good because I have the job, right? But they may look at me and say, yeah, he does have the job, but I don't get to work on my mind like the way he does. I'm not as socially gifted as he is, right? I don't have as many skills as he does, right? I may not have more swag than he does, right? Well, it's because I worked on myself, and it's not to sound cocky. It's just natural. Like, I know a lot of these people are obviously in their job, who they know, right? But again, when the alternative, I'm not saying that's actually freaking amazing, right? But I'm saying when the alternative is I can work on myself internally, right? I could know things that I didn't know before just by exploring that curiosity, right? Maybe the bald spots would not be visible, right? Again, these are 12-hour work shifts, like, and then you have a bald spot and you're a female. Like, to me, that's crazy, right? But it's real. I was in that position. But guess what? I learned, I acquired knowledge, I gained confidence, and I grew my hair. And if you want to check out my hair, check it out. Threads. I post my head, X. But yeah, these 9 on the higher spectrum, I'm saying on like the actual really higher spectrum, I'm pretty sure it's around mid eights, 7. But when you take away taxes and everything, but the main thing, who cares? The truth is in the pudding, right? It's in who's presenting, it's who's talking, it's what are we seeing, right? So yeah, everybody's on social media shortage. Nobody is posting. So what does that mean? People who have the personalities, people who have the confidence, people who have the skills and are willing to show them or post them or creatively share them, right? Check out my Instagram. Stuff like that is not only cool, it's entertaining, right? You're learning, you're seeing how valuable it is. Girls think that's attractive, guys think it's attractive, right? These are all things that we all struggle with and can only hone if we practice it, just like in anything else. Just like you've honed the skill of making the money on a timely basis, right? Under an organization that liked you, you're good. You just got to stay being liked. But for somebody that's a little more outspoken, is a bit more active, has a little more energy, wants a little bit more out of their life, you got to take the risk and you got to do the due diligence, right? Who wants to be trained by a doctor, or who wants to be go to a doctor and pay a $20 copay by a person who just copied all throughout their youth and into young adult life? And I'm saying through their youth and their young adult life, they're not even adults, right? You want somebody who's real, right? Who's authentic, who has done the due diligence, who will tell you, hey, I kind of don't really know, But rather than me tell you how it is, right? Let's tell you what I know, right? And what you can do further, right? And I think just like that, it brings more confidence to both parties, because it's kind of like, yeah, they're confirming, and I know this is the right stuff because it's my body. I should know how to feed myself. I should know I need more energy, right? I should know to take my vitamins daily. Drink some water. Hope all is doing well. Saludos desde California, Santo Domingo. Just kidding. Dominican Republic. It's a cool way to say it. Santo Domingo. Alrighty, and I don't even know why it popped up, but I've been there one time. Well, Punta Cana. Punta Cana. So yeah, I think just invest in yourself as much as you can. Whatever you have, whatever time you have, don't let society think that talking to your family is, or not talking to your family is bad. You know, if you guys are both doing productive things and it's crunch time, it's normal. It's survival. It's how it is. It's life. It's war. You know, it's waking up every day and doing it again, if not better, right? But yeah, keep going. Building in your personal brand is only a build on, right? And it's a connection to whatever connections you have connected, right? It's the amplifier. I'm visually saying it, right? It's the amplifier of your effects, right? And if you can hone on it and direct it accordingly, strategically, you're golden. And I know it's so cool to hear it like this. It sounds like a book from a comic book. But yeah, speaking of books, making things like books, selling anything, right, takes time. Assuming that you want something a bit more unique, distinct, right, and not easily duplicatable, right, takes time. That's why, if you can, if not, pass it on to your offspring, you know, and that seems to work just fine, you know, and it's not bad. Pass it to your offspring. Let them be the creative one. Let them have the luxury to mess up, you know. But by great parenting, there's sanctions in place, and I don't know. There's ways, you know. There's definitely ways. But keep going. Read, write, work on the creative muscles, right, and don't stop. Let the party, let the show continue. Don't stop.